Doc Ock and Silk 2-pack. This is exclusive to Amazon. It's the Hasbro Marvel Legends 60th anniversary of Spider-Man Beyond Amazing series that they're doing this year. And you can see them displayed, or a picture of them displayed in the front. There they are on the side there, a little blurry, but we know what we're going to get here. On the back side, we get them again with the accessories that they're supposed to come with displayed next to them. So let's go ahead and crack them open. So upon opening the figures, I was immediately disappointed with the discovery of these tentacles being this very cheaply looking plastic. It's not that the plastic is cheap, it's that the way it looks is cheap, and it's because it's just not painted or shaded. So that is a big deal. I know the original release had shaded or at least darker toned tentacles. These are exactly the same. It's going to be exactly the same figure 100% as the original Doc Ock, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's a good figure. It's a great mold. So it's no big deal there, but I really wish they went out and gave us some nicer painted tentacles at least. This would have been a perfect opportunity to give us bendy wires in this release. You know, you could have used the same Doc Ock, just give us bendy wire tentacles. That would have really put it over the top. But unfortunately, we do not. So we might have to wait for maybe a third release of Doc Ock. Maybe in the retro carded wave one day. That's what I would guess, right? Just like they did with Lizard and his bendy wire tail. But yeah, it's just the color, it's the way it looks, and I don't know, maybe it goes along with this vibrantly colored Doc Ock, which looks great. I like the vibrant colors. The original release is much darker tone, so if you like darker colors, then you're gonna want the original. But if you like this bright, comic book style type of colors, you might like this one a little bit better. It's good. I like the way it looks, so I have no issues here. Again, same figure, but we do get some other accessories with him. So let's check out. So he comes with a brand new head sculpt, which was not included with the original release. And this is a closed mouth head sculpt. Because the original one is the same one on the figure out of the box, and it's the one with the teeth showing, mouth open. He's a little bit angry. So this is cool, in case you don't want him with that expression. I always advocate for, if the figure has a yelling head or a mouth open head, it should come with a head with the mouth closed too, so you can have both options. So this is cool. It's always, it's always welcome to get another head sculpt. And then also what's new are these open hands here. He's got a right one and then he's got a left one. Out of the box he has. They've been doing this a lot lately where they're alternating the hands out of the box. So we got an open hand and a closed hand. Normally it would always be two open hands or two fists, but now they're just doing one of each. But these open hands were not included with the original release. So we get these open hands, and then we get, of course, another fist for the right side. He doesn't have a grabby hand like the original release, though. They took that one away. So let's go ahead and take a close look at the figure before moving on to Silk. Just like the OG, you can kind of slide up the glasses and you see the eyes there. Now the glasses are not removable. You're going to have to rip them off completely if you want to take them out. But if you do, you have painted eyes and everything. So there's still a face underneath there. But overall, it looks great. I like the hair sculpt. Looking good. And then paint job wise, the whole figure is molded in green plastic and they paint over it. So we've got every yellow portion of the figure, except for the forearms, are painted. This is plastic. And then we get painted belt. And then this is plastic on the boots too. So really, it's only the torso that's painted. And then also on the back, we get those, ports for the tentacles painted as well. There are some areas in the bright light, I must say, because in the regular light it doesn't look that bad, but in the bright light you can kind of see it doesn't 100% match. I would say maybe it's like 85% matching there. But you see the green on the top versus the belly here, it's not 100% the same. So that may bug some people. You can kind of see it on the thigh swivel there as well. So Silk I'm really excited for because I don't have any Silks. So that would mean I can't really compare her next to any of the other Silks. But I'm glad that we get another opportunity for a Silk because I don't have one. So now I do. And this is on a newer body mold, much needed. So we get the double jointed pinless elbows and knees. They've really been giving us, the newer upgraded body molds on almost all of the more recently released females that have come out. So that is great. I like the head sculpt. Face sculpt looks awesome. The hair is painted very nicely too. Little scarf piece there. Line work is pretty clean. I get a little nick, a little mark right there, but it's not terrible. So overall, pretty clean job on the paint apps here. So I dig it. And she also does come with an alternate head sculpt, which is the one with the COVID mask on. Just kidding. But we get the one with the little face mask on there. That looks awesome. And there she is with it on. So of course you remove the head, you remove the loose piece of that face mask, and now you get her with this head sculpt. So that looks good. And I'm even more excited for this hand. I don't know if this was reused with any of the other silks because I don't have any of the other silks, but this is new to me and it looks awesome. I wish they would do this more often. Check this out, you know, you get the alternate hand with the effects of the silk coming out of her fingers, and the effect even wraps around the arm. So just like this, you can wrap it around the arm, peg in the hand, and that looks fantastic. This is definitely something they should be doing more often with characters that, you know, have powers. Something more creative, different like this. And also, I do appreciate that the hand is painted pretty good. Normally when they have effects or accessories like this, because the whole piece is this translucent plastic and they painted over the translucent plastic. But normally when they do that, it gets very messy and sloppy. This is one of the better ones I've seen them do or paint. So I'm glad that it came out good, and it matches too with the forearm. So on the other side we get a fist. So that means we get a fist for the right side, and then we also do get two regular open hands here, and then we get two grabby hands. So here's a look at them side by side. Doc Ock has his tentacles on now, you can see that. Silk still has her little web slinging or silk slinging effect there. Overall though, you can see their heights. I think Silk might stand a little taller than Doc Ock. And now that you see him with the tentacles on, you can see how the pre-molded plastic really limits your, I guess, creativity. If they were posable, if they were bendy, we could definitely, you know, pose them in whichever direction, but here we're limited to the direction that they gave us. So yes, you can alternate the pegs, like place them wherever you want, but they're still pre-molded and they're fixed in these positions. You can't really turn them. So again, really the only difference between this Doc Ock and the original is the paint apps, and of course we have the new head sculpt and the new open hands, and that's it. So really, yes, this new one is technically the better version, because always if you have an alternate head, if you have more accessories, that's always going to be the better version, at least for me. So now we have a total of 3 silks that have been released, including this one here. We had one in the Space Venom Build-A-Figure Wave. That figure only came with an alternate head, and then the other one was the fan vote exclusive. I think it was a fan channel exclusive if I'm not mistaken. The fan vote version had the most accessories with alternate hands, alternate head sculpt, and some web effects. So that definitely was a better version over the Space Venom version. Although the Space Venom version had the grayish color instead of the white color for the design of the suit, and now we have the new one here, which actually does stand shorter than those older body molds. So there is also that. But again, like I mentioned, I don't have those physically, so I can't physically have them side by side here, unfortunately. Now we already know what Doc Ock is packing in terms of articulation, so we'll go ahead and do a quick run through of Silk. Since she is on a newer mold for her, arms are going to go all the way up and down. They go in and out pretty far. Bicep swivel, double jointed pinless elbows, and then we have the swivel and hinge at the wrist. Head sits on a ball jointed hinge, so she looks all the way up as far as her hair allows her to, and she looks all the way down, left and right. Head tilting a little bit, nothing crazy. There is a diaphragm joint at the torso, which goes all the way around pretty far. And then we do not get a waist swivel. We get kick forward on the leg, kick back, in and out about that far. Thigh swivel, double jointed pinless knees, ankle hinges forward and back, and then we get the ankle rocker. So here we have them next to the Vulcan figure. I think I might want to use Vulcan in comparisons in almost every video, since he's going to be the new base, I guess, body mold that they're going to use. So I figured I'd throw him in here so you could just see how he stands next to these two. And there they are next to the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man. And here's a little battle of the tentacles, or we have spider legs for Spider-Man here. The Iron Spider standing next to these guys here. He's a little further back, keep that in mind, so even with that, he stands taller. So at the very least here, if you missed out on both Doc Ock and Silk, this is what this 2-pack is really, really good for. Those who missed out on the original releases. Now, if you have those original releases, I don't know if you necessarily need this 2-pack. Now, Silk is pretty much an upgraded 2.0, 3. At this point 4.0 version of her, since she is on the newer double jointed pinless knees and elbow body molds for females. So that is definitely a excuse to go out and get this new Silk. Now for Doc Ock, he's just a repaint. So if you have the original one, then you might be okay, although he does come with new accessories such as the new head sculpt. So it's totally up to you, just like any purchase you'll ever make in your life. It's all up to you whether you think it is necessary. But in my opinion, if you have the original Doc Ock, I think you're okay sticking with that, especially if you have Silk already. Should you pay 55 to 60 bucks for a 2-pack just for another Doc Ock, just for another Silk? You know, in my case, I don't have any of the Silks, so definitely 100% wanting this new Silk. And then I do have Doc Ock, although he is in storage right now. That's why I couldn't physically have him here either. But although I do have that one, I feel like the added alternate head sculpt will allow me to display this guy with a different head sculpt compared to the other one. So not 100% necessary for me to have another Doc Ock, to be honest with you. Maybe wait for a potential clearance or sale, because Amazon exclusives do go on sale, especially on Prime days, especially during Black Friday. So it's quite possible that you could probably get this 2-pack for 30, 35, 40 bucks. Then I'd say, yeah, go for it 100%. But with that being said, I do really truly feel that they should have taken this opportunity to give us a 2.0 version of Doc Ock. I think the body mold is good, but at the very least, new tentacles. That's all it needed. You could have used the same body mold. It's fine with me. I know it's got pins. It is what it is. Not everything can be pinless. But hey, if it was pinless, that'd be another great thing, right? We had the Renew Your Vows Spidey with pinless knees and elbows, so it is possible. But at the very least, I think we need to get bendy wire tentacles for sure. So as always, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. While you're down there, hit the like button too. Take care, take it easy, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.